Have you ever felt like something is holding you back, but you can't quite figure out what it is? Like no matter how hard you try, life just doesn't seem to move forward. You set goals, make plans, even feel motivated for a while, but then somehow you end up stuck in the same place again. Why does this happen? Why do so many people never reach their true potential? The answer is simple. There are invisible forces working against you, not from the outside, but from within. Silent killers that slowly drain your ambition, steal your time, and destroy your dreams without you even realizing it. These aren't mistakes you make once. They are patterns that shape your entire life. They feel small, even harmless, but over time, they turn into chains that keep you trapped. This video will expose the 6 most dangerous sins that can silently destroy your life. And here's the best part. If you watch till the end, you'll not only understand how they work, but you'll also learn how to break free from them forever. By the last second of this video, you will have a new level of awareness, one that can completely change your future. But before we begin, let's get one thing clear. Success is not just about talent, luck, or intelligence. It's about the habits and choices you make every single day. Some choices build you up, others tear you down. And the worst part, the most dangerous habits are the ones you don't even notice. They don't feel like destruction. They feel normal. That's what makes them so deadly. Psychologists call this gradual self-destruction. It's when small negative patterns slowly take control of your life. One bad decision doesn't ruin you, but 1,000 small ones do. And because these patterns are built over time, you don't see them as threats. They feel like part of who you are. Think about it. Have you ever told yourself, "I'll do it later," and believed it was just a harmless delay? Have you ever thought, "I'm not good enough," and accepted it as the truth? Have you ever stayed in a situation you knew was toxic just because it was familiar? These are not small mistakes. These are signs that something bigger is controlling your life. But here's the truth. The only thing standing between you and the life you want is awareness. The moment you recognize these silent killers, they start to lose their power over you. The moment you expose them, you take the first step toward freedom. This is where everything changes. Over the next few minutes, you'll discover 6 of the most dangerous sins that can destroy your life. Sins that millions of people fall into every single day without even knowing it. You'll see how they trap you, how they manipulate your mind, and most importantly, how to break free before it's too late. By the end of this video, you will know exactly what has been holding you back. And once you know, you'll never be able to unsee it. From that moment on, the choice will be yours. Stay trapped or take control of your destiny. Let's begin. Most people don't fail because of a single bad decision. They fail because of repeated patterns. Small daily choices that seem harmless in the moment but add up over time. The mind doesn't recognize these patterns as dangerous. Instead, it accepts them as normal. This is how self-destruction works. Not as a sudden collapse, but as a slow erosion of your potential. It happens in silence, in routine, in habits that feel comfortable but are secretly working against you. Psychologists call this cognitive bias, the brain's tendency to justify bad choices because they feel familiar. The mind doesn't want discomfort, so it avoids change. It convinces you that your excuses are valid, that you're too tired, that you'll start tomorrow, that you're not ready. But the truth is, every excuse is a brick in the wall that separates you from success. This is why people stay stuck for years, not because they lack intelligence or opportunity, but because they allow these silent killers to shape their reality. The brain follows patterns. It doesn't care if those patterns lead to greatness or regret. It just repeats what feels easy. But here's what most people never realize. You are not your thoughts. You are not your excuses. You are not your past mistakes. Your brain might resist change, but you have the power to rewire it. Every decision you make is either reinforcing your weakness or building your strength. Success is not about waiting for the right moment. It's about breaking the cycle, seeing the invisible chains, and deciding to break free. Once you understand how your own mind has been working against you, you can start using it to work for you. This is where true transformation begins. The moment you stop accepting your own limitations as truth, you start rewriting your future. It's time to wake up. Procrastination is not just a bad habit. It is a silent thief that steals your dreams, your future, and your potential. One delay at a time. It doesn't attack loudly. It whispers. You have time. You can do it later. One more day won't hurt. And you believe it. You convince yourself that waiting is harmless. But deep down, you know the truth. Every time you delay, you lose control over your life. Psychologists call this present bias, the brain's tendency to prioritize short-term comfort over long-term success. Your mind tricks you into thinking that avoiding discomfort now is a smart choice. But what it really does is push your goals further and further away until one day you wake up and realize years have passed and nothing has changed. This is why so many people stay stuck in the same place. They don't lack ambition. They lack urgency. They tell themselves they'll start when they feel ready, but readiness is a lie. No one ever feels ready. Growth happens through action, not through waiting. Think about it. How many times have you told yourself you would start something important, but you didn't? How many opportunities have you lost because you kept waiting for the perfect moment? The truth is, the perfect moment never comes. And this is where people make the biggest mistake. They believe procrastination is about laziness. It's not. It's about fear of failure, fear of discomfort, fear of stepping into the unknown. Your brain doesn't want to struggle, so it tricks you into doing nothing. But here's the reality. The pain of discipline is temporary. The pain of regret lasts forever. Every day you delay is a day stolen from your future. The only way to break free? Take action. Not tomorrow, not later, now. Even if it's small, even if it's messy. Start. Because success doesn't belong to those who wait. It belongs to those who move. Procrastination is a habit. And like any habit, it can be broken, but not by waiting for motivation. Motivation is unreliable. If you only take action when you feel like it, you will stay stuck forever. The key to breaking procrastination is momentum. The hardest part of any task is simply starting. Once you begin, your brain shifts from resistance to action. Psychologists call this the Zeigarnik effect. The mind hates unfinished tasks. The moment you start something, your brain feels a need to complete it. So if you struggle with procrastination, don't focus on finishing, focus on starting. Tell yourself, I will do this for just 5 minutes. Most of the time, 5 minutes turns into an hour because your brain gets engaged. Another powerful strategy, remove decision-making. The more choices you give yourself, the easier it is to delay. Set a fixed time for important tasks, and when that time comes, don't think, just start. And here's the biggest breakthrough. Stop waiting to feel ready. Readiness is a myth. You don't need to feel prepared. You need to act despite fear, despite doubt, despite discomfort. Action creates confidence. Confidence doesn't create action. Think about it. Every successful person you admire once stood where you are now, full of doubts and hesitation. The difference? They moved forward anyway. They understood that later becomes never. And that's the truth you must accept. Every time you delay, you're making a choice to stay the same. But the moment you break the cycle, even in the smallest way, you take back control of your life. So take the first step. Not tomorrow, now. Because your future is not something you wait for, it's something you create. The most dangerous enemy is not out in the world, it's inside your mind. Every day, without even realizing it, people destroy their own potential, not because they lack skills or intelligence, but because of the way they speak to themselves. Psychologists call this self-fulfilling prophecy. When you repeatedly tell yourself, I'm not good enough, I'll never succeed, I always fail, your brain believes it. And once your brain believes it, it becomes your reality. not because it's true, but because you've programmed your mind to see only failure. Think about it. If a child is constantly told they are worthless, they grow up believing it. But here's the shocking part. Most people do this to themselves. They feed their minds with words that break them down instead of building them up. This is why some people never grow. Not because they aren't capable, but because they never give themselves permission to succeed. And the worst part, the brain is always listening. It doesn't question whether your words are true or false. It simply absorbs them and turns them into belief. So if you keep telling yourself that you're not smart enough, not strong enough, not worthy enough, you will live as if it's true, even when it's not. But here's the truth. Your thoughts are not facts. They are just habits. And just like any habit, they can be changed. You have spent years repeating negative words to yourself. Now it's time to reprogram your mind with words that empower you. Because if you don't change the way you speak to yourself, you will never change your life. Your mind is like a garden. Whatever you plant, it will grow. If you plant doubt, failure, and fear, that's what your life will produce. But if you plant strength, confidence, and belief, you will grow into someone unstoppable. The problem is, most people don't even realize they are planting weeds in their own minds. They let negative thoughts take root, and over time, those thoughts shape their entire reality. But here's the truth. You are not your thoughts. You are the thinker of your thoughts. That means you have the power to change them. The first step, become aware. Start paying attention to the words you say to yourself. Every time you catch yourself thinking, I can't do this, stop and ask, who told me that? Where did this belief come from? Most of the time, you'll realize it's not your voice. It's the voice of fear, of past failures, of people who doubted you. But it is not the truth. The second step, rewrite the script. Every time you think something negative, replace it with something empowering. Instead of I always fail, say every failure is a lesson and I grow stronger. Instead of I'm not good enough, say I am improving every single day. At first, it will feel fake. But remember, your negative thoughts also felt fake the first time you thought them. They only became real because you repeated them for years. Now it's time to do the same with positive beliefs. The final step, act as if it's already true. Your brain follows your actions. If you start acting with confidence, speaking with belief, and making decisions like someone who is unstoppable, your mind will catch up. Because here's the secret. Success doesn't come to those who wait until they believe in themselves.